Hamana manako baya kunti hamana sepa
The first humans, life 3.5 million years ago. A story carved in time. Long before recorded history, before empires rose and fell, before language, before fire, there was Africa. And in that cradle of life, over 3.5 million years ago, the earliest ancestors of modern humans took their first upright steps across the ancient earth. These first walkers weren't yet Homo sapiens. They didn't build tools like us, or speak in words. But they started something greater than themselves, the human journey. This is their story, and in a very real way, our story too. Meet Australopithecus afarensis, our ancient ancestor. Among the species that roamed East Africa around this time, Australopithecus afarensis stands out. Discovered from fossil remains in Ethiopia, Kenya, and Tanzania, these early hominins lived between 3.9 and 2.9 million years ago. They weren't apes, but they weren't yet human. Standing between 3 to 4 feet tall, weighing about 60 to 100 pounds, they had long arms for climbing trees, but also walked upright on two legs. Their brains were small, around 400 to 500 cubic centimeters, less than one-third the size of modern humans, but they were social, aware, and adaptable. The most famous afarensis fossil nicknamed Lucy, was discovered in 1974 in Ethiopia's Hadzabe region. She was about 3.2 million years old and 40% complete, an extraordinary find. Lucy's skeleton in the footsteps of the first humans, 3.5 million years ago. Long before cities, before writing, before even the idea of civilization, there were early humans, walking the earth in a world untouched by machines or metal. Around 3.5 million years ago, on the sun-baked plains of what is now East Africa, our earliest ancestors began to take their first upright steps. These beings, still close to the great great apes from which they evolved, represent the very beginning of the human journey, and their story is written in bone, stone, and earth. Who were they? The hominin species most closely associated with this time period is Australopithecus afarensis. The most famous individual of this species is affectionately known as Lucy, whose partial skeleton was discovered in 1974 in Ethiopia. Standing only about 3.5 feet tall, with long arms and a small brain compared to modern humans, Lucy and her kind were a blend of traits, part tree climber, part ground walker. But their most remarkable feature, they walked upright. This ability to walk on two legs, bipedalism, was a turning point in human evolution. It freed up the hands, changed the way early humans interacted with their environment, and set the stage for tool use, social cooperation. Gave us proof that bipedalism, walking on 2 feet, began long before big brains or complex tools. Lucy and others like her were part of a revolution of movement, walking upright on vast African plains, possibly foraging in groups, carrying food, and navigating a shifting world of predators and prey. A world of wild beauty and peril. 3.5 million years ago, the African landscape was a mix of wooded savannas, open grasslands, and river valleys. This was a time of ecological transformation. Forests were thinning due to climate change, and early hominins were forced to adapt. Large cats like Macaridus, a saber-toothed predator, massive ancient elephants, giant crocodiles, and towering flightless birds all roamed these regions. It was a dangerous, untamed world, where survival meant staying alert, and staying together. These ancestors didn't live in isolation. They likely gathered in small groups, forming early social bonds, grooming each other, watching over the young, and possibly even mourning their dead. Though they had no language as we know it, they may have used gestures, facial expressions, and vocal calls to communicate. This ability to live cooperatively and learn from one another laid the groundwork for everything that came later. The first tools, a new kind of intelligence. Although Lucy and her species weren't toolmakers in the traditional sense, we now have evidence that primitive stone tools were being used by hominins as early as 3.3 million years ago. Astonishingly close to her time. Discovered in Lomekwi, Kenya, these tools were not finely shaped, but
in the untouched wilderness of East Africa, as the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon, the Hadzabe tribe begins their day, not with alarm clocks or modern meals, but with a deep connection to the land, tradition, and survival. Join us on a rare and powerful journey into the world of the Hadzabe, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth. Witness the full process of an age-old tradition, the preparation and sharing of a baboon meal. From the early morning hunt to the firelit cooking and the communal feast, every moment is rooted in generations of knowledge and respect for nature. This is not just food, this is a story of survival, unity, and ancestral wisdom. Watch as they prepare their meals using ancient techniques, without modern tools, guided by instinct, ritual, and experience passed down over centuries. You'll see firsthand what it means to live off the land in its purest form, where every meal is earned, every ingredient is sacred, and every bite is shared in community. Whether you're a foodie, a cultural explorer, or someone who seeks the raw truth of human connection to nature, this experience will open your eyes. Herb, no filters. No scripts. Just real life, wild food, and deep tradition. Watch, learn, and respect the roots in the untouched wilderness of East Africa, where the land breathes with the rhythm of the wild, and the silence of dawn speaks louder than words. The Hadzabe tribe begins their day. There are no alarm clocks. No traffic. No screens.
And eventually language. The landscape of early life. Picture this. Vast grasslands only the rising sun, the scent of the earth, and the ancient call of survival. Among the rocky outcrops and acacia-dotted landscapes, the Hadzabe, one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth, live as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. Their lives are shaped not by modern conveniences, but by tradition, intuition, and an unbreakable bond with nature. This is not just another food story. This is a rare invitation into a way of life that most will never witness. Join us on a powerful journey through time and wilderness, where you'll witness the full cycle of a sacred ritual, the preparation and sharing of a baboon meal. From the first light of the hunt, where every footstep is guided by generations of knowledge,